You ever see something so ridiculous, so completely out of line that you just stand there thinking, there's no way this is actually happening? That was me standing on my lawn watching EMTs trip over a popcorn cart and balloon arches because Karen decided the fire lane was the perfect place for her daughter's sweet 16. Yeah, that happened. It all kicked off on a quiet Sunday morning. Mr. Howard, our neighbor, a retired firefighter Vietnam vet, kindest man you'll ever meet, collapsed on his porch holding his chest. His wife ran out screaming, called 911. We all know that kind of call. You don't waste a second, and the ambulance flew down the streetlights blazing and hit a wall of party tents. I mean literally. The fire lane, the only clear route for emergency vehicles, was gone, turned into a damn carnival. DJ setup, cotton candy machine. Folding tables, kids running around with glitter tattoos. The centerpiece, a giant inflatable arch that said, "Happy Sweet 16 Madison." And right in the middle of it all, Karen, wearing a tiara, a glitter sash that read, "Event Queen," barking orders like she was running a Hollywood gala. She didn't ask for permission. She printed fake HOA signs and roped off the whole block like it was her backyard. The EMTs couldn't get through. They grabbed their gear and started running, dodging toddlers, yelling over pop music, climbing around coolers and decor. One of them even tripped over a champagne bucket. Meanwhile, Karen starts yelling at them, "You're crushing the balloons," as if their priority should have been party aesthetics. Mr. Howard's wife was out front screaming for help, while the paramedics were stuck fighting through tinsel and teenagers. I dropped my mower and ran over to help. It felt like I was watching a nightmare wrapped in a circus. And Karen, she was still fussing about her balloon walkway. Then came the fire truck, and same story. Couldn't get past the tents. One of the decorations collapsed on the hood, and balloons got sucked into the sirens. That's when the fire captain radioed in for backup. And when backup showed up, that's when it all changed. A dark SUV rolled up and out. Stepped this tall guy in a Navy uniform. The fire chief. No announcements, no yelling, just a look on his face that could stop a clock. Karen marched over, all smiles, trying to hand him cupcakes. He walked right past her and said, "Who authorized this event on an emergency lane?" Karen froze. Tried blaming the HOA president, who was conveniently MIA. She muttered something about how there hadn't been an emergency in years, how it was just a temporary setup. The chief just stared at her and said, "A man almost died today. You blocked the only way to reach him." That was the moment. You could feel it. Something in the air shifted, and things spiraled fast from there. Now here's the twist, Tanya. You probably wouldn't even notice her if you passed her on the street. Quiet, polite, keeps her lawn neat, never one to gossip. But Tanya had a doorbell cam, and it caught everything. Every siren, every argument, every second of delay. She uploaded a clip to a local forum, and boom, overnight, it exploded. People were furious. The sight of Karen arguing with EMTs in a sequined sash, it lit a fire. News stations picked it up. Headlines called it the Fire Lane Fiesta. Memes started popping up. Karen tried to apologize on Facebook, but folks weren't having it. Someone asked why a tent was zip-tied to a hydrant. Another said, "Did the fire truck crash the party, or did the party crash emergency services?" Then the city stepped in. Fire marshal, zoning inspectors, safety officers all showed up. Karen tried to charm them. Didn't work. They asked for permits she had none. They asked about fake signs she had printed them off the internet. Tanya's video was now evidence shared with training departments and even state-level emergency agencies. It wasn't just embarrassing, it was criminal. Mr. Howard's family sued for negligence. Neighbors filed a class action over misused HOA funds, and the fire marshal's office filed a formal complaint. Willful obstruction, endangerment, interference. Real charges. Karen's world collapsed fast. She got removed from the HOA board in a unanimous vote. People stopped talking to her. Her own daughter moved in with relatives. Even the neighborhood dogs seemed to avoid her lawn. But here's the scene that really stuck with me. A week later, we held a fire safety drill organized with the city. The same street Karen had taken over was now lined with cones, banners, and plastic helmets for the kids. The fire chief came back, gave a short, honest speech. Didn't name names, but he said, "Access saves lives. Ego kills them." Then Tanya stepped forward with a new banner. She clipped it to the notice board. Simple white letters on red, "Keep the lane clear. Save a life." We all stood there, quiet, reading it. Karen didn't show up, but we knew she saw it. Her curtains were twitching. That banner hit harder than any fine or lawsuit, because it came from us, from the community she thought she controlled. She moved out shortly after. No goodbye, no note. Just gone. But her legacy, it stayed, not as power, but as warning. They're even drafting a new ordinance. You know what they're calling it, Karen's Law. And here's where I'll leave it to you. Do you think she should have gone to jail? Or did public shame do the job? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about what justice looks like. When community pride turns into a public threat.